Da. Bună ziua, dragi toți! Deci, suntem astăzi, avem acest seminar pe tema creării bibliotecilor de semințe. O mică clarificare de traducere, deci avem două canale, avem un canal cu limba română, acolo mai jos, dacă veți glob, acolo alegeți canal, deci este original unde puteți aude și limba română și limba engleză, dar aveți și canalul cu limba engleză și cu limba română, alegeți care vă este mai comod. Deci, da, mulțumesc că sunteți astăzi cu noi. În orice caz, această întâlnire va fi înregistrată pentru ca să fie de ajutor la orice moment, pentru oricare persoană care deja se ocupă cu o bibliotecă de semințe sau care vrea să se ocupe cu o bibliotecă în viitor. Mă numesc Ana, sunt din Grădina Moldovei. Împreună cu colegii mei din asociația cu Mariana Șeremet, cu Valeria Guznencu, avem un parteneriat frumos cu Klara Hrda. Astăzi o să povestească despre crearea bibliotecilor de semințe în Cehia, deci metodologie, aspectele practice, cum se face, care sunt întrebări cele mai, cum să spunem, frecvente și care sunt opțiunile, ca să ne fie mai ușor și nu să gândim că ne trebuie multe resurse, nu. Tot poate să fie foarte simplu, clar și cu ceea ce avem la disponibilitatea noastră. Deci, da, cu traducerea ne-am lămurit. Astăzi vom avea o prezentare de la Klara, aproximativ o oră, cu foarte multe întrebări legate de cutia, cum se împachetează, care reguli de bază care trebuie să fie la o bibliotecă de semințe, informații. Pe urmă vom avea și o prezentare de la noi, de la Grădina Moldovei. Eu voi povesti deci ceea ce noi deja am făcut în cadrul proiectului acesta, cui i-am dat semințe, care este procesul, care sunt pașii următori. Pe urmă vom avea și o sesiune de întrebări-răspunsuri, aproximativ jumătate de oră, unde puteți întreba. Dacă apar întrebări specifice, de exemplu, pe parcursul prezentării lui Klara, ea va oferi tot oportunitatea să întrebați deodată ca să fie deja în context dat și să fie relevant. În orice caz, suntem flexibili, mulțumesc mult și Klara, transmit cuvântul ție.
So thank you. I will share just my presentation, just a sec. So now you can see, I hope, my presentation. And I will talk you today a bit about our seed library network, which I created in Czech Republic. So let's start. I hope that yes. So I just wanted to present myself. I'm a founder of the seed library network in Czech Republic. I started about 8 years ago, just when I came back from France. But we will get to that, to my story later. Now, what I'm doing, I want to make the popularization of seed saving, seed libraries, and natural gardening in Czech Republic. What I found out recently that the people are not used to save their seeds. So I am starting the online academy about seed saving. to help the whole community to get more seed savers in Czech Republic, so the seed libraries could work a little bit better. A part of that, I'm in the project with Gradina Moldovei, grass of the grant we received last year, and also I'm creating some programs for kindergartens because I like to work with kids, and it's really make me happy to see the small kids, and I think it's a important thing to show them the beautiful of the plants, of the trees, and how does it work, just to put a little bit their focus a little bit differently from the computers, everything which is now in our modern world. So seed library initiative in Czech Republic called Semínkovna, and was established in 2015, and just the goal was to promote the free seed sharing, home seedings, and natural gardening. It was the goal I have when I started it. So there's something in chat. I don't know if it's, yeah. So at first, I would like to say that that seed libraries are not only for exchange of seed, of sharing seeds, free seeds, but they have also the educational function, because what I want that the around seed library there will be always some educational point, at least some books, or that the people who are running seed library, that they propose some trainings or invite somebody to make a training about seed saving for the community around the seed library, because I think it's very important to do it. And another mission of seed library is to creating the community, because they attract the people, they have the same values, and they are interested in some ecological problems and sustainability and this kind of things. So they can meet finally around seed library and create a new community, new friendships, and to be together a little bit. And also what I want, and I think it's happening a bit now in Czech Republic, that seed library is a source of biodiversity to our gardens, because what we can find there are often interesting seeds we cannot buy in any market, in any shop, so we can find them only in the seed library, and then that's how these kind of seeds can be spread a little bit more in the community and between the people. So at the beginning, I want just to explain you what does it mean, a seed library. You just to understand really the basic, what does it mean. So it's a place where you can share freely your seeds, and you can borrow seeds, and then once you finish the season and you have your own seeds, you can take it back. It functions a little bit like a library, the library with the books. So it's it's the same system of functioning. So you borrow the seeds, and at the end, when you use it, when you not read it but use it in the garden and grow it and take out the seeds again, then you can these kind of seeds take back to the seed library and to share with some other people. So it's this is kind of how does it work. Here you can really see the picture how does it function: borrowing seeds, growing a crop, and save the seeds, and finally to propose the seeds to other people. Okay, what is the mission of the seed libraries? So as I already said in the beginning, that the mission of seed libraries is not only to give free seeds to anybody, and I don't want to take the seed library like that. It's not just to give you free seeds, but it has many other missions you can find on this slide. So the mission is also to conserve the specific varieties that can be sold commercially, because in my country for selling seeds, this kind of seeds needs to be registered, and not every variety can be registered, because for the registration there are some specific rules, and not every variety is aligned with these rules. So there is some kind of varieties, and it's some heirloom varieties often that are not aligned with these rules, so they can be registered, so they can be sold. So like that, it's only this kind of way to share it, that we can share it freely between us, between gardeners, because there is no other way how to put it in the market. So the goal of the seed library is to promote the genetic diversity, restore traditional local varieties, because if often around the seed libraries, some people came and bring their own seeds from their garden, from their family, and you find out that it's a really specific variety, the family variety, the really local variety. Even didn't know that exists before. The people bring it in the seed library. So this is how it could work. And also to support the users of seed libraries, that they can create a deeper connection with the nature. It is also very important, and very important just now. And also to contribute to support the local community of gardeners, the creation of the network, sharing not only the seeds, but also the expertise, the know-how of gardening, and also the sharing the knowledge. Yeah, it's very important, and also to transfer this kind of knowledge from the from the old generation to the next generation, because sometimes there is no other ways how to connect these kind of people, the young ones with the older ones. The older has already the know-how. They know how to garden, make the gardening, how to save seeds, and this guy when the community is created around seed libraries, there is the way how they can share this knowledge with the younger people just starting with the gardening, and not having yet this kind of knowledge. Also, it's important because if we have our own seeds, maybe you will know it already, and you can just agree with me that it's very important to have our own seeds for our self-sufficiency, and to building really strong community. Also, it could promote a healthy diet, because you can find the seeds of some non-commonly known crops. So you can diverse a little bit what you are eating, and also it helps to preserve some cultural customs and traditional food and cuisine, because sometimes these kind of varieties are were used to cook some traditional food, some traditional cuisine. So it is also important for this kind of thing, and at the end also to prevent the hunger, because if we have our own seeds, we are more protected against the hunger than if we haven't any. And also in another way, if this seed library is placed in the library, in the local community library, it attracts more people to the library, so it helps the library to get more known and to make a better service for the people. And also at the end, I made the notice that it also the way how we can express our that we have the that we can ask to have free seats for us, because and free access to seats, because it is for us it is natural, and we can it is a legitimate claim for us, and seat libraries help us to get to know it, because I think that many people here didn't know that they have the legitimate they can ask to have the seats freely for them, the access to the seats. Okay. So here I've just pointed out for most important things about seat libraries, that there is free seats for everyone. It's a kind of act of solidarity, of sharing, because you if you have a lot of seats and you share it with somebody who doesn't, it's really the solidarity in the community, and which is, I think it's very, very important thing. Also, you are sharing seats adapted to our condition, to local condition around the seat library. And I want that it should be the seeds were coming from the plants that wasn't being grown with some chemical things, the sprays and things like that. So the seeds are from the really strong plants adapted to the local condition. Also, it's important for the preserving of the biodiversity of cultivated plants. And also we can actively fight for the rights of free access to seeds, as I said just a few minutes ago. I wanted to point out what is the difference between seed library and a seed bank, because it's such different things, two different things, and sometimes the people are a little bit lost. What does it mean seed bank, and what does it mean seed library? Because every seed library and seed banks, they collected seeds, but with different goals and in different way. The goal of the seed library is it's not to create some catalogs, collections, and to have the things very to have the big structure in the collection of seeds. No, it's the mission is to spread the seeds among public, so among as much people as it possible. Beside the seed bank, it's a little bit opposite. So the purpose of the seed bank is to preserve the seeds for a long time. It's a bank, you can go there and take a seeds every time you want, even if the conditions are really bad. And seeds bank are creating some collections. They have the catalogs and everything like that. So I wanted to say that they create collections and catalogs, but the publics cannot come to the seed banks normally and take their seeds as they wish. It's in my country, it's complicated to come to our national seed bank and ask for seeds. It's only for some university and research, not for the random people coming from the street. We have some community seed banks, it's a little bit different things, but also it's not normally made to anybody can come and take a seeds as they want in any time. It's a seed library who does this, and I'm happy that in Gradina, Moldova, they put it together, seed banks and seed library network, and they can help to each other. So it's just to sum it up that seed bank just stored the preserved genetic diversity, and it's kind of gene bank. Often it's if you know the Svalbard in the north, it's a kind of gene bank because the seeds are freezed for many years, so we don't know if they are still able to sprout. So there is more the collection of genes than the seeds, in fact. And often it's some public organization on, we have our state seed bank, so it's paid by state. On the other hand, seed library, it's really their mission is spread seeds among the people and preserved shared varieties, often the varieties which is some kind of connection to the local community where the seed library is. So I'm coming to the history part. Just if you have some question for this part. So if not, I will continue with history of seed libraries, because seed libraries are not my invention, and it has kind of history. So I will like to just present it to you. How does it started? It started in the USA in 1999 in Berkeley Ecological Center, and it was called the Basel, and it still exists now. But this first seed library wasn't so much public. It was mainly for the closed community. The second one, or the first public seed library really open to the public, was created in 2004 in New York, in Gardiner Public Library in Gardiner, New York. So it's when the new history of seed library started. In 2013, it was the first grenothèque open in France. Now there are really many of them, and they are well spread to the Belgium and to other countries. And and it was in France when when I meet these kind of seed libraries, their grenothèque. I was there in 2014, so just 1 year after, and so that I can I met one of the grenothèque in Lille when we were living for that time. In 2015, it was the first seed library called Semínkovna in the Czech Republic. This is one example. How does it look like, the grenothèque in France? And if we continue the story of Semínkovna initiative, which is a Czech network of seed libraries, only a year after we started in Czech Republic, there were the first seed library opened in Slovakia, based on our publicity we made to the seed library. I made to the seed library, and it's a funny thing that the first Slovakian seed library was opened in Zvolen. It's a city in the Slovakia, because in Zvolen my father was born, so it's my my city when I come from. So it was just a funny coincidence. And then in last year, we have I think the really nice year full of good thing happened that year. That we were the semi-finalist in the awards of SDGs in my republic, and we get the grant challenge fund, the grant from UNDP with Gradina Moldova, and I make a brand registration for the name Seminkovna to protect this mark. And then now this year there will be the first seed library in Moldova. I'm happy that it's happening, and it's a really good thing. And also to get you known that this year was open also the first seed library influenced by our network in Poland. So it's kind of spreading in the around countries. So I'm happy that it's happening. So I will come back to Seed Library Network in Czech Republic to get you known a little bit of my story. As I said, in 2014 I lived in France, in Tourcoing. You can see the nice I don't know, it's their botanical garden. They have Villefleury, really nice city with lots of plants. So we lived there, and as I told you, once we visited the opening of a new grenothèque in Lille, and I found out what about these kind of seed libraries and their missions, and also I find out the problems around the seeds now, because I wasn't aware till then. Even that I studied botany, I'm botanist by profession, and I wasn't aware about the problem, about the situation around seeds in the world. So when I found out the problem, I just was very touched deeply, because I was the mother of 2 little kids, and I said that I need to do something to just to try to change the future, because the problem at that time were really hard, because I think they at the European Union, there were also the kind of law discussed that they wanted cut a little bit the access of public to the seeds, but there were lots of movement against this law, and it wasn't never accepted. But at that moment it wasn't sure, so that's why I was really deeply touched about this situation. So when I start thinking what I could do, I said myself that I could start the same network as I found in France. I could start it in my republic, because what I found that it's a pity that in my country nobody is interested in these kind of seeds, the old varieties, and about seed sharing, seed saving. You know, no public, no article in the media wasn't talking about these kind of things. So I thought to myself that I could try to change it, because I was working as a press person, so I were touched with the media, and I decided to create a same network of seed libraries in my country. I connected with the person who started the seed libraries in France, and get some information from him. And then I get connected with people in my country who were seed saving, and start to talk to them. And finally, when we came back to Czech Republic, we just went to to one city for opening of the first Czech seed library. You know, you can see in these pictures this young boy called Honza was the first person who opened the seed library in Czech Republic. It was just a funny story, because when I start to when I get in contact with him, it was by the email, because I found out his website. He has his own website when he make a seed sharing between people. And I started to write him, and he was really enthusiastic about the idea of creation of seed libraries. And just when I came to the opening, I found out that this really young boy, because before we sent each other just emails, I didn't ask him for the age. I didn't think that it could be somebody just young. So it was just a funny story that when I come to Kolín, and I found out that the people, that the one person I was wrote, it's just a young boy. So he opened the first seed library in Czech Republic, and then we opened the second one. It was mine in Prague. And for the opening of mine seed library, we invited many journalists. There were also the television and the radio, and I succeed to put it in the media immediately. Then I was invited to the series of film screening on the topic of seed diversity. It was also very helpful at that time, because we this kind of film screening were in Prague and in Ostrava, in Brno, in many cities, and I was invited to some of them. And like that, I can present the initiatives to the public. And that's how the one by one the new seed libraries start to be opened in my country. So seed library, it's not only the library where it could be placed, but there is many places where it could be. Here you can see the example of a seed library, it is a box normally in the street. So anybody have the access is the box with the old books. These books you can share like that, and there is also there is also the seeds placed in it. But it could be also the schools, kindergarten, some public institution. Recently, we have a new seed library opened at the post office. So anywhere you can imagine where the people are coming, and if there are gardener coming, it's a very good idea to create there the seed library. Now we have more than 230 seed libraries in Czech Republic, and about 4. I think there are more in Slovakia, because not everyone wrote me that they are opening some semínkáreň in Slovakia, and there is also the first one in Poland since this year. I created the 2 kind of maps of seed libraries, so anybody can see the seed libraries, which seed libraries are open or are close to be open or closed. So like that, you can see how many seed libraries and where exist now in my country. So now I just want to go to the more practical part to explain you how to start a seed library, and to give you some points about some specific practical things about seed libraries. So, as I said, the first seed library was opened by a young boy. I think he didn't have even 15 years, so he were very young. So the age is not a question for a seed library. You can, although also the kids can open the seed library if they are interested in seed saving and in the topic. And and just the practical thing, I don't know how the Gradina Moldova will organize it, but in my country, if somebody open or has the intention to open seed library, he wrote me the email, and I asked him for some information, and then I put him in the database, put him on my website and in the maps. What can the seed library look like? It's really up to your fantasy, I would say, because we have in Czech Republic many way how the people created the seed libraries. Often it could be paper box or wood box or some kind of I don't know what is this if it's the wood and some papers parts added. So it's really up to you how you created your own seed library. We didn't ask people, for some specific look, but what I'm asking for is that they should add the logo of the initiative on it, just to be clear what is it, that it is the seed library Semínkovna in Czech Republic. And there should be the rules also apart and or close to the seed library box, just to explain how does it work. Here, just notice that each seed library is really original. As you can see, it could be the box, some box in the garden, some wood box inside the building. It's up to you. You can use your imagination to create something new and nice. And I often see that people are inspired by their traditional, or they are designs some favorite plants. Sometimes it's a kids or children's asked to decorate it, so it could be also like this. Sometimes the people reach out some local artists, or they are artistic themselves, so they create themselves really something really nice. And often what I was seeing, sorry, that they upcycle some old furniture or some old box, or they can use some shoe box, when you buy the shoes in the box. So then you can decorate the box and use it for the seed library. The funny things, my first seed library was the old drawer, from the old table. We didn't use it anymore, and once it is really how to say, I think the shape was really nice and perfect for seed library, so I used the old driver. So you can really upcycle whatever you want. Some good practices. So it's very nice if the seed library it's a bit organized or divided in more parts. So it's more easy for the people to go through the seeds and find what they want. It's a good idea to put some literature close to the seed library that the people, if they are looking for some information, they can find it in the literature. And also for the outdoor seed libraries, it's good to think about the protection of the seeds against the moisture. You need to use some special plastic boxes or some glasses closed, so that the seeds were protected a bit when they are put it outside. Now I want to talk about what should be noted on the seeds. What about the seeds should be noted, because it's really nice if there is some kind of information, so it could be the crop type, the name of the species, and if there is a specific variety, so the name of the variety, the year, or sometimes there could be also the place of the harvest, and some other details you find. It's good for the people when to help them to know how to grow this kind of seeds. So there could be some sowing time information, if it's a climbing plant, or if it needs some support, and fruit color, also the taste, and any other relevant information. The graphics and the appearance, it's really up to you. Again, it's nice when there is some logo, the logo of the initiative, and just to be, everybody known that it comes from a seed library. Again, some good practices about how the bags could looks like. It's very nice if you let the young children to create the bags for you, because there is some way how you can create it, and then the kids can decorate it. As you see on this picture, I've made in one workshop with kids. They decorated by the stamps and little designs, but I saw many times that kids are involved in this part, and they help that make the bags the more nice and appealing, that motivate people to come and take them. Otherwise, it could be some paper bags, the plastic bags with the zip you can see on the image, or some old envelopes and other things. You can make some simple origami from the old books and so on. Here I put some pictures when you can see how you can create some easy origami. For my first seed library, we made many of these bags from paper. We have some friends to come to our house, and we created together and whole the afternoon, and it was funny thing. But if you want, you can create the bags like that. You can find it the way how to do it easily on the internet. So it's very, very simple, and anybody can do it, even kids. Now, what kind of seeds we can put inside? It depends on the rules of the seed library, but in the biggest rule, it's that it shouldn't be the hybrid seeds called F1, this kind of seeds are not good for the seed saving at home, so I prefer not to put them in the seed library. It should be the seeds from your own harvest and coming from the chemical untreated and healthy and vital plants. Non-hybrid variety and ideally this kind of variety which is in good condition in your garden and are well adapted to the local condition. It could be some traditional regional variety, but often in seed libraries in Czech Republic, it's just the easy plants you can find in any garden, and you can save the seeds easily from them. So it's not the rules that it should be some vegetables or something which is more complicated for seed saving, but it's really up to you what you put inside, like what kind of plant. So it could be also the plant you grow in the garden, and it's very easy. Sometimes in Czech Republic we can find also wild plants, seeds of wild plants, and some mix of the seeds for the meadow to grow some really, the mix of wild species for have the really nicer meadow in the garden. And if we are talking about peas and beans, it's a very really good thing to treat them with frost, because there is some kind of bug who can infect these seeds, and they can make lots of grain damages. But if you put the seeds in the freezer for a week or two, you destroy the larvae of these bugs, and it's or this beetle, and now after that it's okay. So for the peas and beans, it's good to freeze them before you give it in the seed library. So which one and how many of seeds? It should be the crop which is easy to grow, even for the beginner. It's always better, because it helps people and motivates them to really to save these seeds during the season. If it's something which is difficult, or if it's I don't know, the carrot, which takes 2 years to get the seeds, often the people are discouraged because they think they won't be able to do it well. And if they are able to take the carrots during the winter, to grow them in the second year. So what I'm recommending, it's always to start with some easy things like peas, beans, tomatoes, peppers, or lettuce, which anybody can. I think if you have some easy rules and knows them, you are able. Although if you are a beginner, you are able to save the seeds in the right way already in the first year. So this kind of things are really recommended to be in the seed library. It could be also some annuals, some flowers, some herbs. As I said, it could be also some simple things like calendula and so on. So you don't need to get the seeds from something really very special. And just to be aware about the varieties you buy in the market, because often these varieties are protected by some law, and they are owned by the breeder. So it's not good idea to share freely these kind of seeds, because it could be you can get into trouble with the law. But it never happened in my country, but I was informed that this kind of problem should happen. So I prefer not to share the varieties, you know, the commercial varieties, but the varieties which are open pollinated and not registered, because like that you don't have any trouble with anybody. And also you should avoid the seeds of some invasive or in other way protected plants. Some, you know, if you have some protected species in your country, so I'm not recommending the people to take the seeds from them and share it in the seed library. And also not the seeds from some plant regulated in any way by law. You know, I made an example like marijuana. It's not a good idea also to share these seeds in the seed library. The number of seeds, it depends on the crop. I think the minimum, it always be the minimum needed to have good quality of seeds. For I don't know, for tomatoes and beans and peas, it could be at least 10, and for others it could be at least 30. It depends also on how big this kind of seed is and how many seeds you have. But you know, just if we want the people to save these kind of seeds, we need to give them enough seeds for the seeds they can get from that, where will be in the good quality, and also to count that sometimes not every seeds are going to sprout. Good practices. Again, I would like to show you this kind of catalog. I said that seed library are not normally they don't have some catalogs, but this kind of catalog, it's a really nice thing if you have time and if you are really passionate in the seed library. You can create some kind of catalog like this, which was created in one of the Czech seed libraries. And there is always the picture of the plant. There is a QR code, which if you use it, you can get to some web page describing this kind of plants, how to grow it, and how to save the seeds from it. And there is a name, and in other side you will see that there is a sample of the seeds, so people know how big the seeds is, how many seeds are in the box. So I think it's really nice thing you can do if you have time and if you are willing to do it. But it's not rule that you have to do it like that. About seed library rules, as I was talking, that there should be always the rules close to the seed library, that anybody can read it and can get know what is it about, how does it function, and what they could do with the seeds. And sometimes the people write the rule that you can take all the seeds at once, that you can take only 3 bags, but it depends on you. This kind of rule, you can add it as you wish. And what is a really good idea from the start of the seed library, it's start to create some community and to start to create some team, because it's not a good idea to start the seed library alone and to remain alone for the whole time, because sometimes it becomes difficult time spending, and it's good if there is not only one person in it. So it's always better if there are at least 2 persons and more. And a really good idea is to ask volunteers to get them involved in the seed library to help you to create the bags, to help you to pack the seeds if you needed it. So don't be afraid to ask for help, because sometimes you really will need it. You can contact, for example, some home of elderly people, some school or kindergarten, some family club, I don't know, any organization where the people are organized, and ask them if there couldn't be some volunteers who will be willing to help you. And then it's up to you to let the people know, the people around the seed libraries, that they come and start to use it, and use it well, and maybe to bring some of their seeds. So how we can do it? It's good to make some celebration, some party, so some open celebration. It's really up to you. You can make some film screening, invite some expert to make a debate or some discussions, or make the seed swap for the people, to ask people to bring their seeds to help to start the seed library correctly. And you should make some publicity to this event, and make some publicity to the seed library. The good practices, what I used when I started this kind of network, I cooperated a lot with the media from the beginning, and I make.
Natalia?
What happened? Okay, it's okay. That I said that I from the beginning I continue I coordinate or cooperate with seed with media. Sorry. And it really was helpful for the whole network, because many people get known about this kind of activity, and I think now many people are already aware that this kind of network is existing, and how does it work. So I recommend you to do it in the same way. I created a press release, and I send it to the media about that I'm opening this kind of network. And then also it's necessary to create and develop the community around the seed library. You can organize some events, not only in the beginning, but also after, when year after year you will continue. It's good to always make some good event, nice event, to invite the community, to share some knowledge, to make a seed swap, to talk to people, to make some workshops for adults and also for kids, as you can see in the picture. I've made the workshop for kids. They created the seed bags and seed bombs. This really nice activity. We also make some events when I invite the experts on seeds. So they are talking about more deeply. So to educate not only the public, but also the person who are running the seed libraries. So it's really really good. And as I said, I'm doing also the training of seed saving for the public, because it's very important to train the people in these kind of things, that in order they do it in the right way. And also it's very nice if you approach the kids, because this kind of things is something that I really love to do. It's there is many way how you can do it. I just mentioned some examples. I really like to do the seed bumps workshops. People that are kids really love it. You can see on the picture on the top. The girl is creating a seed bump. There is some school gardens and school who are involved in the seed libraries, and they have some practical part and practical trainings for kids, and they are preparing bags or working with the plants in their school garden. So there are some gardening workshop, and I make some workshop when the kids are planting the seeds because they love this kind of activity, and I show them the richness of the biodiversity of beans from my gardens. You can see on the bottom, and I made also the activity days in the kindergarten. It's some specific thing we have in my country, that I'm coming to the kindergarten as an expert, and I'm spent with the kids the half day showing them some of my expertise and try to attract them to the seeds and plants. So, do you have some question for this part? If there is something you interest you. If not, I prepared some a small part about legislation, because in the beginning it was a bit trouble for me, because I wasn't sure if it's legal to do it in my country. Some people told me that it's illegal. Some people told me it's legal, so I didn't know. Finally, I get answered the year after I started the network. There was a press release from the official institution made when there was discussing the law and the seed libraries, and that's how I get the answers I needed. So I found out that from the point of the legislation in Czech Republic, there is no problem about seed libraries. If we share the seeds just between regular people, you know, if we can't share the seeds between some institution or some firms, and if this kind of activity is free of charge, if the people don't pay for it, so in that way it is legal. If there will be some payments, so it would be illegal. The seeds obtained from the seed library must not be used commercially, so you can take the seeds from a seed library and then sell it. And also you can sell even the tomatoes and fruits you get from the seeds. Then also there is no we are aligned the law of medicinal care of plants, and because in my country it's the law is like that. If you don't put the seeds on the market, so, and the question, what does it mean to put the seeds on the market? It's mean if you don't sell it and use it on a small amount of seeds, then you are a part of the law we have in the Czech Republic. Once I will share the big bag of the seeds, or if I will sell it, I need to be aligned to the law we have in the Czech Republic, and this kind of law, it's very difficult to be aligned. It's only for really the seed companies and not for the regular people. So if we don't sell the seeds, we are okay. And there is a specific point on the breeding rights holders. There could be the problem because if somebody is really holder of the rights to some variety and you didn't get his agreement that you can share his seeds, normally is they can go against you and punish you by law. So what I recommend is not using the registered variety and use the open variety and the all old and local varieties to avoid this kind of trouble. And also from the phytosanitary point of view, normally there shouldn't be some risk of a problem or for sharing some illnesses or some troubles. So because the amount of seeds are really little, so there shouldn't be some risk of problems in this kind of thing. If you ask what kind of variety is registered, it exists in on the European Union. There is a big register when you can find any variety is and you can find who registered it and for how long. So I think it's yes, we don't need some phytosanitary inspection and phytosanitary passport. It's something just to add. And it comes from our institution for controlling seeds. So I think it's something we can really use as that we are good with the law. So I come to the end to frequently asked questions about how does seed library is working. What for? What if there is some payments? No, the seed libraries, as I said, to be aligned with the law in Czech Republic, we can't ask money for the seeds in seed library. And I think nobody in the world asked the money for the seeds coming from seed library. When I borrow a seed, a carrot seed, for example, am I expected to return the seed from carrot? No. If you are not successful with some kind of seed you borrowed, you can bring some other seeds you were successful in your garden, and you get a lot of seeds. You have some surplus, so you can share another seeds. What should I do if my seed saving fails? So there is no trouble. You are not, I don't know, forced to bring the same seeds, even not to bring seeds if you really failed in anything. But it's good to try to train yourself and to get better in seed saving. So the next year you will get successful and you can share the seeds. And what if I don't know how to do it? So it's a very easy way. Normally you can find some literature in libraries, or you can find some expert and ask him to get trained. You can find some ask for some training. If I think on the basis of Cardinal Moldovi, you get some training. So if there is kind of a question like that, what you can do as somebody who starts a seed library, you can create some easy slides on to explain how to work with the easiest crops for the beginners. Put there the main rules for seed saving, and if needed to organize the once or twice a year some special training for the people, and many information you can find on internet also. So I recommend really to go to the literature or to make some training. So I'm coming to the end, and I would like to finish it by saying that gardening is important, but seed saving is essential, because it's really like this. If you're not saving seeds, you don't have seeds, and then you can do the gardening. So it's very easy, and it's very good to put you in adventure to start to save seeds and to share seeds via seed library. And this is from Sebastian Wittebert, who started the seed library network in France. He said that each seed, each variety was carefully sown, harvested every year, passed from generation to generation, from garden to garden, from person to person, everywhere on our planet, already for 10,000 years. And they was adapted to our needs and to our conditions. And he believed, and I believe too, that even today we should be interested in what is happening to this heritage and how we will deal with it in the future. So I really like these quotes, and hope that you like my presentation and you get some useful information. If you want to get in touch with me, there is some contacts. You can find me on the web and Instagram and Facebook if you want. And I thank you for your attention, and I hope that the network in the Moldova will be successful as the network in Czech Republic and other countries.
Mulțumesc mult, Clara. Deci, a fost foarte frumos, cu foarte multe imagini inspiratoare, cu multe exemple, cum putem gestiona și cum putem dezvolta biblioteca noastră de semințe. Dacă acum, la moment, văd că nu sunt întrebări, noi continuăm cu ceea ce noi am făcut aici, deja în Republica Moldova. Și o să vedem mai departe ce ne așteaptă. Acum o să împărtășesc ecranul eu. Так. Compartilhar. Așa. Se vede bine, da? Da? Alo, se vede bine? Ok. Deci, în Republica Moldova, noi, de fapt, am făcut deja 4 seminare. Acesta este al 5-lea. Primul a fost cu Klara despre botanică pentru salvarea semințelor. Pe urmă am avut 3 seminare practice cu prezența fizică la Mariana și Remet în Cegărleni, unde toți care au vrut să învețe mai mult despre salvarea semințelor, mai ales cu Mariana, care deja se ocupă foarte lung cu acest lucru și are o colecție foarte mare, de aproape de 1000 de specii de plante comestibile și alte, care se combină cu cele comestibile în grădină. Deci, acesta este al 5-lea seminar, dar vrem să spunem că după ce am terminat seminare, noi am făcut distribuția celor 20 de seturi de semințe, pentru că fiecare set conține o varietate mare de diferite plante, precum dovlecel, diferite tomate, kale și altele, care oamenii pot să folosească pentru multiplicarea semințelor, salvarea semințelor și dezvoltarea bibliotecii de semințe. Aici, de fapt, vedeți harta care noi am făcut cu toți cei care au primit un set de semințe. Deci, de fapt, criteriile care noi am folosit au inclus și proporționalitatea geografică, ca să avem biblioteci și în centru, și în partea de nord, și în partea de sud. Am inclus și așa criteriile ca dorință, disponibilitatea, o experiență clar că, dar de fapt ideea este că am încercat să fie un început, un bun început de dezvoltarea unei comunități în prejurul acestei inițiative de biblioteci de semințe. Deci, ce vedeți aici? Aici, pe imagine, vedeți pliculețe și precum bine a indicat Klara și noi am repetat acest mesaj în cadrul seminarilor pe semințe, că semințele trebuie să aibă informație, trebuie să știm de unde ele vin, ce asta este, care este valabilitatea acestor semințe, pentru că știm că diferite culturi au diferite termeni. De exemplu, unele pot să aibă chiar 2 ani și asta nu este mult, deci trebuie să le cultivăm, nu putem să le păstrăm prea lung. Unele se păstrează cu mult mai lung și nu este o problemă să fie partea colecției și să fie cultivate mai târziu. Aici vedeți tot pe imagine scrisoarea de angajament. Și această scrisoare, de fapt, este ceea ce noi am decis să fie o mică formalitate care ne leagă cu bibliotecarii noștri. Este o scrisoare simplă unde încercăm să fim clari că vrem să ne susținem unul pe altul, vrem să știm cum se dezvoltă inițiativa, dacă este necesar ajutor sau alte lucruri. Și totodată am scris și lista celor specii și număr de pliculețe care fiecare persoană sau comunitate a primit. Deci, cum noi am susținut biblioteci de semințe? Aici, pe imagine, vedeți pe mine, a fost o poză foarte frumoasă făcută de persoane de la Ecolocal. Deci, Ecolocal, cum știți, este piața organizată de Asociația Ecolocal de producători și consumatori ecologici în Moldova. Aceștia, de fapt, sunt unii din cele 20 care tot au primit semințe de la Grădina Moldovei. Că, de fapt, ei au început deja biblioteca lor de semințe anul trecut. Anul trecut a fost prima și am participat și noi, dar atunci încă n-am știut multe. Toate aceste lucruri care am învățat în cadrul proiectului acum cu Klara. Și aici vedeți, de fapt, pe această poză masă cu diferite semințe. Am încercat să le împachetăm, fiecare producător a adus semințele lor, deci am venit aici și cu semințele de la Grădina Moldovei, dar, de fapt, biblioteca aceasta de semințe deja avea multe semințe de la producători de la această piață. Și ei le-au adus și noi am susținut această bibliotecă, am venit aproape toată luna de martie. Și aici vedeți că, de fapt, nu întotdeauna este posibil să fie împachetate semințe, nu fiecare persoană are timp pentru acest lucru, mai ales că producătorii noștri acum sunt în plin sezon de răsad și de cultivare, deci ne-au adus semințe așa cum au putut ei, unele împachetate, unele în vrac, dar ceea ce noi am făcut, am organizat pachetele și pe loc după cerere, oamenii care au venit și au vrut să ia careva semințe, le-au împachetat și au scris ce este, de la cine este, și așa am organizat această bibliotecă. Dar vedeți pe această imagine foarte bine că copiii împreună cu femei se interesează mult la acest lucru. Este un lucru frumos și, cum a spus Klara, una din activitățile foarte utile pentru dezvoltarea bibliotecii este lucru cu copiii, deci în cadrul unor activități educative. Dar am explicat când am fost la biblioteca aceasta, la ecolocal, persoanelor care vroiau să ne dea bani pentru semințe, i-am explicat că nu, noi nu primim bani, dar de fapt ideea este să ne susțineți cu semințele voastre. Și nu am așteptat mult, am așteptat abia o săptămână sau două și oamenii au revenit cu semințele lor. Asta a fost un lucru frumos, o surpriză foarte plăcută și ne bucurăm că dinamica de acest schimb de semințe s-a început. Acum, aici vedeți careva poze cu persoane cărora i-am oferit setul cu semințe. Deci, cine sunt acești oameni? Sunt, de fapt, și persoane, și organizații. Deci, aici vedeți pe Tatiana Novak din Universitatea Agrară, vedeți pe Irina Mișina. Ea nu este producătoare, dar este o grădinară, este o mamă tot cu 3 copii, dar care are multă grijă pentru semințe și încearcă tot să dinamizeze o comunitate în prejurul acestei activități. Vedeți pe doamna Iraida în sus, care este pensionară, dar foarte activă și are niște semințe care deja le salvează aproape 30 de ani. E impresionant că se ocupă cu acest lucru, dar și cu mare suflet și dragoste. Ea, deci, la noi se ocupă cu semințe de plante aromatice și plante medicinale. Asta este specialitatea ei. Și mai jos vedeți și o poză de la seminarul cu Mariana Șeremet pe salvarea semințelor. Vrem să spunem că, într-adevăr, cuvântul bibliotecă a creat un eco, deci a fost un apel foarte puternic pentru bibliotecari și am simțit un mare interes și am fost foarte bucuroși de a avea multe solicitări de la biblioteci din diferite părți ale țării, și din sud, și din nord, și din centrul Moldovei. Avem și grădinari, avem și profesori, avem și chiar avem și o bibliotecă într-un magazin de agrostoc, unde se vând, de fapt, semințele, dar ne-am clarificat că semințele acestea și biblioteca de semințe nu este un concept diferit, este pentru grădinari, pentru microproducători de subsistență și sunt semințe care la moment dat nici nu pot fi folosite la această scară la care le cumpără mulți producători care vin la astfel de magazin. Dar vreau să spun că este important, vrem să fim inclusivi și toți care s-au adresat la noi au cerut informații, au solicitat, au dorit să fie implicați, încercăm să-i susținem cu ce putem și i-am oferit semințe și o să lucrăm mai departe cu ei. Так. Promovarea activităților. De fapt, ceea ce noi vedem, că fiecare persoană sau comunitate care ne-a cerut semințe, deja sunt persoane foarte active în domeniul lor și ceea ce vrem să facem, să spunem că biblioteca aceasta este integrată cumva activităților lor, nu este ceva adițional și nu vrem să fie un lucru adițional, așa să spunem. Deci, ceea ce persoane deja o fac și în cadrul acestor activități fac ceva legat și de biblioteca lor de semințe. Vedeți aici pe imagine și pe Elena Șevcenco, care la noi se ocupă foarte mult cu plante comestibile sălbatice. Vedeți și pe Oxana Guzun mai jos, ei au o fermă de permacultură la nord și Oxana are o casă de semințe enormă și o experiență frumoasă și are tot 2 copii. Deci sunt și alte persoane mai jos la stângă, vedeți pe Elena care lucrează la un centru comunitar și încearcă să dezvolte grădinăritul urban, deci în cadrul comunității lor. De fapt, noi de la Grădina Moldovei, Valeria, care se află astăzi cu noi, și Anatol, au făcut o mică activitate de susținere a acestui centru pentru a explica cum ar putea aceștia să creeze o grădină comunitară, o grădină în sensul permaculturii, da? Deci cu grădinărit natural și cum se încadrează biblioteca de semințe în acest context. Mai departe, parteneri. Deci, da, este o posibilitate foarte mare să dezvoltăm parteneri și parteneriate cu inițiative de biblioteci de semințe. De exemplu, mai sus este o fotografie cu 3 bibliotecari, deci care o să gestioneze, noi am oferit un set, dar de fapt acest set a fost împărțit de 3 femei pe care le vedeți pe imagine. Și aceștia femei sunt 3 bibliotecari de la 3 diferite sate vecine la sudul țării. Și ele, într-adevăr, deci tot se gândesc la activități și cum pot să dezvolte inițiativa lor aceasta cu semințe. Biblioteca, într-adevăr, este un loc foarte interesant și cred că cu acest proiect am descoperit multe lucruri, că este un loc unde se conduc foarte multe activități pentru comunitatea locală și mai ales activități educative. Și într-adevăr, Biblioteca de Semințe are mult sens să fie și acolo. Nu numai, da, se poate să fie și la alte locuri, și la producători, și la piețe, și la școli, dar, într-adevăr, biblioteca poate să fie un loc foarte, foarte apropiat, mai ales dacă este și grădina. Și am aflat că, într-adevăr, este și grădină în mai multe locuri, deci dacă nu este în oraș, și posibil, deci, de făcut poate și activități de grădinărit împreună cu activități pe semințe. Aici am pus câteva denumiri de parteneriate, de parteneri care încercăm să dezvoltăm în cadrul acestor activități. Să spunem că organizăm o să organizăm un iarmăruc de semințe pe 2 aprilie, deja mulți știu despre acest lucru, l-am publicat pe pagina noastră și, de fapt, parteneri, cei care ne interesează sunt nu numai producători, grădinari, sau bibliotecari, dar și cercetători și persoane din mediul academic, căci vrem să legăm acest proiect frumos și această rețea nouă de biblioteci de semințe cu faptul că încercăm să dezvoltăm rețeaua noastră de salvatori de semințe în Moldova și salvatori de semințe, sistemul semințelor țărănești sau fermierilor este ceva la ce Grădina Moldovei lucrează. Și pentru acest lucru avem nevoie și de știință. Avem foarte mare nevoie de persoane de știință, să învățăm cum să lucrăm împreună, cum să facem selecție participativă și cum să dezvoltăm semințele locale, soiuri locale, multe din care s-au pierdut prin neglijare, prin alte cauze, dar să le reanimăm, să le dezvoltăm și să avem semințele noastre produse natural, local și adaptate la condițiile pe care le avem. Deci ce ne așteaptă? Ne așteaptă acest eveniment pe data de 2 aprilie. Programul acestui eveniment include prima parte dialog cu mediul academic pe tema semințelor și acest program îl vom face disponibil în zilele următoare, dar el se bazează pe logică, într-adevăr, unei discuții între persoane din mediul academic care se ocupă cu tema horticulturii, semințelor, biodiversității și producătorilor noștri, salvatorilor noștri de semințe, care fac un lucru foarte important pentru noi și pentru viitorul țării. Deci, așa, repede să vă spun că am invitat o să avem persoană din Institutul de Genetică, Fiziologie și Protecție Plantelor, care lucrează, de fapt, face un inventar soilor locale, tradiționale, care se pierd, care nu este ușor deja de găsit. O să-l avem pe el, o să avem și pe Tatiana Novak, văd că ea e astăzi aici cu noi de la Universitatea Agrară. O să avem și persoane din Universitatea de Stat, de la Facultatea de Biologie. Deci, vrem să animăm această discuție, vrem să lucrăm împreună, vrem să dezvoltăm aceste biblioteci de semințe împreună și cu, de fapt, agricultura noastră, ca aceasta să fie ecologică, să fie naturală, sănătoasă. Și al doilea punct care am inclus aici, ce ne așteaptă, sprijin pentru biblioteci înființate. Deci, ne așteaptă o perioadă interesantă. Noi am dat semințe, am dat informații. Sezonul s-a început, toți fac răsat, seamănă și așteptăm puțin timp și credem că spre mai o să încercăm să ne întâlnim iarăși cu toți cu care creăm această rețea de biblioteci, care, apropo, să fie lansată pe 2 aprilie, deci vom prezenta oficial harta, persoanele care sunt în rețeaua noastră, deci toate aceste detalii vor fi disponibile începând cu 2 aprilie. Și o să încercăm să vizităm cât mai multe biblioteci, să venim, să vorbim, să vedem ce este necesar, dacă sunt necesare mai multe informații. Și nu numai asta, vom oferi și o metodologie, deci Klara a scris, a dezvoltat o metodologie scrisă despre multe lucruri despre care a vorbit astăzi. Și noi, de fapt, am tradus această metodologie, am adaptat-o și ea o să fie tipărită și distribuită la bibliotecile noastre. Deci, noi numai am pus bază, am semănat, spunem așa, dar deci învățăm împreună cu toți care au acceptat această provocare și o să vedem cum se dezvoltă lucrurile. Deci, așa, eu am terminat prezentarea mea. Dacă sunt întrebări, vă rugăm să le adresați. Dacă nu, vedem dacă sunt careva întrebări de la public. Nu sunt întrebări. Tot nu este grav, știm că toți sunt foarte ocupați, acum este sezonul vegetativ. Dar în orice caz, cum și-a spus Clara, și noi la Grădina Moldovei, pe pagina noastră Facebook sau prin e-mail, suntem disponibili să răspundem la întrebări care apar. Noi am încercat, de fapt, astăzi cu Clara, când am pregătit programul, să adresăm toate întrebări care ne-au adresat oamenii, au apărut în procesul distribuirii semințelor, dacă nu sunt altele. Apropo, mi-am amintit una foarte interesantă. Am vrut să împărtășesc. A fost cu persoanele acestea din Sud, care m-au întrebat, da, uitați-vă, ne-au luat, de exemplu, un soi de tomat care a fost, spunem, de culoare oranj. Și ne-au întors semințe anul viitor de tomate și au scris același soi, dar când oamenii au plantat, au văzut că, de fapt, nu sunt de culoare de oranj, dar sunt de altă culoare. Deci persoana n-a făcut izolare, deci ceea ce s-a întâmplat este polinizare încruțișată. Și ce atunci facem în această situație? Și i-am spus persoanelor că, uitați-vă, este un proces unde învățăm împreună. Dacă de aceea și fiecare persoană trebuie să furnizeze informații și dacă vedem că de la o persoană cu tare au venit semințe care nu corespund informații scrise, trebuie să-i comunicăm acest lucru și să-i spunem că, uite, poate ai făcut ceva greșit, poate trebuie puțin de revăzut tehnică grădinăritului sau producerii ca să fie, de fapt, informația corectă pe aceste pachetele. Deci, cum și-am spus, și Clara a spus foarte bine, știm că salvarea semințelor mulți ani a fost ceva normal pentru strămoșii noștri și nu aveau această problemă. S-au pierdut puțin aceste cunoștințe și astăzi sunt posibile aceste greșeli, că există și riscul de polinizare încruțișată, există și alte riscuri. De fapt, și producătorii noștri fac experimente și câteodată îi place să se întâmple această polinizare încruțișată, pentru că apare ceva nou, apare ceva ce ei n-au avut înainte și le place, dar pe urmă tot trebuie să informeze că, uitați-vă, este ceva nou și nu știm dacă este stabil și dacă anul viitor va da aceeași sămânță sau veți avea de mai multe tipuri, nu numai de aceasta, dar și de altele. Deci, este așa o călătorie, aș spune, frumoasă, interesantă, dar cred că cel mai important este să menținem comunicarea între noi și dacă apar întrebări, să încercăm să răspundem la aceste întrebări și să promovăm activități pe subiectul salvării semințelor. De fapt, deja de mai multe ori am repetat că la Grădina Moldovei noi am făcut nu numai seminarii cu Mariana, cu prezență fizică, dar am făcut recent și cu doamna Irina Ilieva și acest seminar este disponibil în limba română pe canalul nostru YouTube, informații despre el, dacă aveți nevoie, tot vă trimitem, dar el este disponibil online și doamna Irina Ilieva este agronom cu care noi conlucrăm și care tot într-o oră și jumătate a încercat să abordeze aceste aspecte cheie foarte, foarte importante de izolare, de selecție negativă când noi alegem plante, dacă noi vrem să păstrăm un soi, alegem plante care corespund caracteristicilor acestui soi. Da? Deci avem aceste informații și o să organizăm și alte seminare cu doamna Irina, care o să ajute cu aspecte tehnice legate de diferite familii de legume, pentru că nu este același lucru și știm să salvezi semânța de morcov sau să salvezi semânța de usturoi, de tomat sau de castravete. Sunt lucruri diferite cu particularitățile lor. Deci, aceste informații vor fi disponibile și o să continuăm să le dezvoltăm, să fie și în format de seminare, consultații, și în format scris. Deci, urmăriți-ne, rămâneți cu noi. Klara, dacă ai vrea să comentezi ceva, că văd că nu sunt întrebări la momentul acesta, nu este grav, dar dacă ai cuvinte de concluzie, te rog frumos și o să concludem seminarul.
Yeah, I would just say that I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to new seed libraries in Moldova. I'm sad that I won't be there for 2nd of April, but maybe I will come a little bit later one day to check on you, and good continuation and lots of chance for every one of you.
Mulțumesc mult, Klara, și pentru prezentare și pentru experiența ta, exemple și inspirație. Mulțumesc mult și traducătorilor noștri care astăzi au susținut acest seminar, ca el să fie disponibil în două limbi, nu numai în limba engleză, dar și în limba română pentru noi toți. O să publicăm înregistrarea acestui seminar puțin mai târziu, o să vă anunțăm pe pagina noastră Facebook. Deci, mulțumesc mult la toți și un sezon roditor, frumos și gustos. Mulțumesc mult! La revedere!
So, bye, ladies.
Bye, bye! Bye!